Learning Torah, they say, is different from sitting in a sukkah because our mind never strays from it. Because a person is obligated to learn at every moment. And it is as if she were sitting all day without interruption. Now, I want to point out that there are two ways to understand this Tosafot. First, we could say that no matter what a person is doing, whether visiting the sick or buying groceries, she should always be distracted, as it were, by Torah, since nothing else is all that important. Or at any rate, it's not as important as learning Torah. Or we could say, and I think this reading is far better and gets much more deeply at the heart of Torah's project, that this text teaches that no matter what we are doing, again, whether visiting the sick or buying groceries, the lives we lead should reflect the Torah we have learned and will in turn provide countless opportunities to learn Torah from our daily encounters and experiences. Rav Kook makes this point with stunning simplicity. When you are praying, he says, focus on prayer and not on the pursuit of knowledge. When you're studying, focus only on studying and don't be pulled anywhere else. And when you're engaged in Gmilut Chasadim, concentrate only on how you can help the person in front of you in a solid and enduring way. And then he adds these words, which have the potential to transform every one of our lives. And I quote, and similarly, with whatever you are doing, since there is nothing in the world that cannot be done for God's glory. Thus, everything you will do will be a fulfillment of God's will and commandments. Seek God in those very actions when you do them with the very summit of perfect wholeness in all its dimensions, and you will find that you know God in all your ways. Bechol drachecha da'ehu. Know God in all your ways, whether you find yourself at Barzini's or in the Beit Midrash. I knew I'd get a nervous laugh from that. Torah, whether you find yourself overpaying at Barzini's or not paying at Yeshivat Hadar. Torah, in other words, brings us back to the world by reminding us that there is Torah everywhere, just as there is the presence of God everywhere. You ever have a moment where you lose your last page of your talk? Welcome to my world. So if I don't have it, I'll just tell you what I was going to say. All right, I'll tell you what I was going to say. This yeshiva ultimately belongs not to the students who fill it every day, and not to the faculty who labor in it, and not to those of us who dreamed it, but ultimately to the entire Jewish people, and in particular to each and every one of you. And it depends on the love and the labor of each and every one of us. So we invite you to join us. Come study once a week. And if you can't do that, come study once a month. And if you can't do that, come study once a year. Tell the world that there is an institution teaching a Torah shel chesed. Torat Hadar, our dream is a Torah shel chesed. A Torah of love manifested as kindness. And that there's a place of Torah that you really believe in and that has to succeed. Support these students by word of mouth. Support these students financially. Support other students financially so that more students can claim their birthright and, more importantly, take these words of Torah not to the Beit Midrash, but ultimately out of the Beit Midrash and beyond it, to the broader Jewish world and ultimately to the larger world as a whole. Stand with and for what this yeshiva dreams about. We welcome you to share the Chalom Hagadol. HaChalomot HaGdolim are never made real by a handful of people. Not 4 Rashi Yeshiva, not 6 faculty members, not 18 students, not even, thank God, 100 alumni. But by a community of people who believe that this Torah has something powerful to contribute to the transformation and redemption of the world. If you believe that, then please join us. 3 years ago, I ended by invoking a classical tefillah, which I'd like to turn to again tonight, as a prayer from all of us who care about this enterprise to God. And I'd like to suggest that we read this prayer a little differently than it's conventionally understood. We say at the end of every Amidah, Petach libi b'toratecha. Oh God, traditionally we translate this as, open my heart to your Torah. But instead, our Torah says this, oh God, we turn to you and ask, Petach libi b'toratecha. Use your Torah to open my heart. Petach libeinu b'toratecha. Use your Torah to open our hearts. To you, to each other, to Torah, to ourselves, and to the dream of a world transformed. Thank you all so much for being here.